Qisasul Anbiya. Man, pick up those books. Oh, details. Details and details and details are given. And also Tabari, also Ibn Kathir, also many. If you just start reading the tafsir of Baqarah, man, and you will be just, it's amazing what's in there. You know, you start, I was actually reading yesterday, Tafsir Sadi, you know, one of the Mufassirin. And if you actually start reading, what he does is actually he will give you the ayah, he will give you the asbab al-nuzul, he will give you the details, and then at the end he will actually give you lessons of each chapter that must be learned. For instance, when he talks about Yusuf alayhi salam, and I was talking to Hussein the other day about this. I said, look, when Yusuf alayhi salam, he was chosen not because he was the most beautiful person there, because he was. He was the best looking person, he was amazing, he was all that. But the reason Allah gave him leadership is because of knowledge he has. Allah gave him certain knowledge, and that knowledge he was able to use, and in order to get out of jail and actually become the king of Egypt, right? So the point is that the importance of gaining knowledge and having understanding of knowledge, what knowledge does. And on the other hand, if you're going to focus on just on your bodies, I'm not saying don't, I mean you have to have the jism and the aql both, but if you're going to just, you know, today if you look at our youth and look at our situation, many of the times, yes, our youth are busy doing everything else except gaining knowledge of this deen. And I don't blame them. Why? Because the way Islam is being presented itself is as if it's useless, right? I mean, it's stories. And if I discuss this story, just if I give you stories, it's very nice, mashallah, you know a lot of stories. But if I don't give you the details of how to look at these stories and what we have done, and that there is actually a system of Islam, and we are doing the same thing with the system of Islam today, that what Bani Israel did, if I don't actually connect it to the realities of our lives today, and the struggle of the Muslim Ummah today, and what it is trying to achieve today, and what we need to do today, if I don't connect those things, it becomes irrelevant. It's nice stories. You see what I'm saying? So this is another issue, is that the books are there, the information is there. Not only we have to dig and look, but at the same time we need to make it relevant, bring it to the people so people realize what is actually happening. How do we connect what's happening, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, to what is happening today. I mean, I'll give you an example, this issue of lesser of two evils. Right? This issue that people, everything is lesser of two evils. Everything is lesser of two evils, lesser of two evils, lesser of two evils. Yani, as if this became dalil. And who's playing this game, the lesser of two evils? The ulama. Look, it was the ulama of Bani Israel who were legitimizing things and justifying things. But because the average person did not have the knowledge. So what happens, when someone comes and asks them, you know, they make istihlal, right? They make haram, halal, halal, haram. This is what the games they were playing. So they came and when those people, they came to these ulama and they said, what is the hukum of zina in the book? What did Allah say? They said, well, depends on, and look at this, depends on who it is. If this is someone with big status, has a lot of money, okay, you know, we don't want him killed. So what do? Okay, just sit him on a donkey, make his face black, and just let him go around the neighborhood. This is good enough. And they asked him, is this what Allah said? They said, yes, this is what Allah said. Allah didn't say that. Rajam was also there, the same thing with them. They had to be stoned. It was their law. Playing the games depending on when, depending on benefit. So this was their thing. So now if you look at benefit, this is the issue, lesser of two evil, right? Oh, what's the point of just getting rid of this man? The punishment is this, but let's choose the lesser of two evil here. Let's just, you know, put him on a horse, on a donkey, and just humiliate him. Fine, he's still good. We still get what we want from him. Just take that. And to the point when they asked him, is this what Allah said? And they said, yes, Allah said this. It would have been something else, and they say, look, we don't know, but this is, I think if you are looking for some way, go ahead, do this, we will look the other way. What's it say? No, this is what Allah said. Are you sure Allah said this? Yeah, Allah said this, go do it. Because they want benefit from this man, they want to keep getting the benefit, they choose the lesser, what he did is evil. But this is what we need right now. And this is what the ulama are doing today, right? Justifying kufr. Justifying kufr in the name of, yani, if you look at the issue of homosexuality, right? The issue of homosexuality. You have people, ulama, who are justifying going and standing in protest with the homosexual, crowd, whatever it is that they believe, right? And they're saying, what is the example they use for this? They say is lesser of two evil. Listen, we need help from that crowd. They are from the left, and we can get some help from them, and we can get a bigger vote branch or whatever they call it. What do you call that? The bigger vote group we can get majority, whatever it is, we can get some numbers out of them. But we don't believe in what they do, but we can get some numbers out of them. We can benefit. But what's happening is this: you say that now your child doesn't know that you're trying to justify. You know what the haqq is. وَلَا تَلْبِسُوا الْحَقَّ بِالْبَاطِلِ. Many places like this, Allah is saying, don't justify, don't look, don't mix haqq and batil, don't. Can't happen. وَجَاءَ الْحَقِّ وَضَحَقَ الْبَاطِلِ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. Allah is making that clear. Don't do that. Don't play that game. And you do that. You play that game. And what happens? Your child is standing next to you, watching you justify this action. Now he doesn't know why you're justifying it. He's only 7, 8 years old at the time. By the time he's 17, he's not going to come and look at the reasons why you justified it. He's just going to say, my dad used to do it, my people of the best of the masajid are doing it, it must be the right thing to do. He won't even look for the Quran and Sunnah anymore. Because we taught them to justify our action according to our desire. That's what we taught them. It's like, when we tell our kids, a lot of times I tell the fathers, especially the fathers, I tell them, Akhi, why don't you go pick him up and bring your child to Salatul Jum'ah? Why not? Our parents did. Oh, but brother, he has math class at the time, and it's a very tough class, and he's having a hard time there. And then you tell him, okay, but Akhi, this is Salatul Jum'ah. Yes, but Allah will forgive. Allah will forgive, as if he has a guarantee written, like Yahud. We are chosen people. Allah will forgive, Akhi. So now, okay, they go. Now the son comes, Asr time comes, the father tells him, pray Asr, man, get up and pray Asr. You know what happens? The guy says, no, I have math homework. The father says, what you mean by that, man? Get up and pray for Asr. He says, no, this is more important. He said, who told you that? You did. You did. You taught me what's more important. So now why are you yelling and screaming at me? Why are you yelling and screaming that some kid becomes ex-Muslim? Because that is what we taught them. So believe me, brothers and sisters, all of this is not happening in a vacuum. This is all happening because we are playing games with the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, and we think that and we're trying to justify it. Believe me, brothers and sisters, all of these things are going to only come after us. This is the same things Bani Israel did over and over and over, and they thought it will not come back to haunt them. It haunted them for years. They could not gain victory. They were being slaughtered. Their women were being taken as slaves day and night. This is what they were happening. They forgot themselves, slaved. At the end, subhanallah, it took people of a whole new generation to realize it has to be done for the sake of Allah, and until and unless we go back to Allah Azza wa Jalla, it will not happen. So yes, the answer is long to give you the details, but I want to make sure that you understand what it is that we need to learn from these stories that we are mentioning. And these are stories that happened. To the point, brothers and sisters, those people from Bani Israel, as I said, it is not an easy thing to plan and plot against Anbiya and killing them. And today we are finding that people are willing to do that. People are making up stories to justify their kufr or their haram.